Okay. Live. We're live. Check this out, guys. I should probably wait until some people get in here. This is very interesting news. Hold on a second. Let me open my stream up. There it is. Let me get my chat. This is so interesting. Hold on. Hey, how you doing? So I just saw a news story. I'm waiting. Yeah, this is big news. I mean, considering that this case has been pretty cold for quite some time now, it's pretty interesting. And I'm going to show you guys in a second. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to get everything. Hey, it's just me and you. That's it. We'll just talk. Just us. Let me just go into my studio app for a second. My studio settings. This is pretty big news. My husband just showed me because I guess he was looking at the news. So they have identified one of the victims that was a Jane Doe that wasn't identified in this case. They apparently used a genealogy site. So this is pretty interesting, to say the least. Especially the case has just been so stagnant. But there's a new police commissioner in town. It's a woman. She's like making shit happen. And it's exciting. It's so exciting. I'll show you Debbie. Hey, Mommy Mars, Kim, Debbie, Stacy, Capone in the house. Mercedes girl, Beefbergs. It's all right, Beefbergs. Hopefully there's no idiots here. This is kind of important for this case. And I just did a little research, not too much, but a little. And I found that this is really interesting to me. So they unbelievable. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to set up my nonsense here. Okay. So let me go back to my StreamYards. Hey, crazy nurse Granny. Do tell. All right. So you guys know, I'm like, obviously I live on Long Island. I've been following this case since it happened. It's been a case I've been very interested in. And no, I didn't watch the Netflix movie because I don't want to watch a movie. I don't know. It's like kind of not worth it. I read the book. I get it. I know what's going on. So yeah. That would be great, Lil Sebastian. So, all right. As you guys know, all right, there was murders on Long Island, right? They found all these bodies on the beach in 2011. I believe it was 2010 and 2011. So, it's interesting. There was, oh, hey, Luna. Awesome. You're from the island too. Good. All right. So, yeah, so there was this, they had identified the original, 4 victims, I believe, and then there was a couple more. And there was a Jane Doe who had remains that were found out in Manorville. And if you guys followed my case, hey, Irish gal, how you doing, girl? If you guys followed the last time when I did an update, I showed you the map, and Gray Hughes was kind enough to send me part of his map that he did. Hey, Mac 11, welcome to the associates. So, anyway, so there's the beach, okay, on the South Shore of Long Island. That's where all these bodies were found, along the roadway. And then there's out east Manorville, which is the woods, which is like a big preserve. It's a nature preserve. 2 sets, I believe it was 2 different girls were found. So part of their remains were found out in Manorville, and then the other part were found out in Gilgo Beach. So now this girl, and I'm going to show you guys, was just identified using a genealogy. Now, I don't know if that was like a genealogy site, like a regular one. Like, I guess the ones like heritage.com or one of those, ancestry, whatever you call it. I'm assuming that's what it was. Hey, Mr. Positive. I'm assuming that's what it was. So I'm going to show you guys. I just opened this up and it's pretty interesting. I went straight to the website for the Suffolk County Police, which is, you know, the police where I live out here. Suffolk County's huge. So, oh, what happened though? Where'd the original site go? God damn it. Let me just grab it again. I don't know why it like went off when it opened up a pop-up for some reason. I just have to open that again. But this is pretty big news. You know, the more people they identify, I believe there's still a mother, a baby, and a Asian man that have not been identified yet. So this is huge. I'm assuming somebody in her family must have done, you know, heritage.com or one of those, because they said genealogy, which is how they actually identified a killer. If you guys have heard, I'm sure a lot of you guys that are into the true crime, there was a killer identified, I believe it was in California, a serial killer, through one of these genealogy sites. So they're really, really helping these investigations out. So let me get you guys up on this website here. I just have to open it. Hold on a second. We'll do a little screen share. I'm like so excited about this because this has been such a long time coming, and these families have gotten no news, you know, and I can't imagine. So she went missing in 2000, this girl. And could you imagine that long of time? I should have done this on my other computer so I could see the chat while I'm doing this. But I might hop upstairs. All right, so let me show you guys her pictures, okay? We'll go to the latest news. So Manorville Jane Doe has been identified. Let me show you guys the story. So it says DNA analysis in 2011 confirmed that the discovered remains along Ocean Parkway also belonged to Manorville Jane Doe. How come this seems like it's like cut off? That's so weird. Anyway, her name was Valerie Mack. White female, 24 years old when she was last seen. I'm like reading this out of order. All right. So it says within advances in DNA technology and through a partnership with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, LIRA office in Melville, a genealogy profile was established, which provided our homicide detectives with further investigative leads to pursue. Further pursuit of those leads led homicide investigators and federal agents to the areas of New Jersey where they believed Manorville Jane Doe had possible ties. Interviews were conducted of possible relatives who provided investigators with further DNA samples, which were then processed and analyzed. After processing and evaluating the newly gained DNA samples against the known DNA of Manorville Jane Doe, a positive identification was confirmed, and we are revealing the true identity of Manorville Jane Doe to be that of Valerie Mack, born 7/2/76, whose last known address was in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. Valerie Mack was a white female, 24 years old when she was last seen. She was described as being 5 feet tall with brown hair and hazel eyes, weighing approximately 100 pounds. Valerie was never listed as a missing person. That's interesting. Valerie Mack, was working as an escort in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area and used the name Melissa Taylor as an AKA. There are no familial, is that how you say that? Relationship between her and Jessica Taylor. Now, I'm going to show you guys this in a minute. Jessica Taylor was another victim that I believe was found in Manorville as well, and was missing around the same time this girl went missing. And I just looked at them, and this is really interesting to me, but I'll show you guys in a minute. Family members last saw her in the spring/summer of 2000 in the area of Port Republic, New Jersey. Valerie Mack's identification is a giant leap forward in the investigation as detectives relentlessly pursue leads related to her murder. We ask members of the public, friends, family, and associates of Valerie Mack to provide whatever information they have about her and the circumstances leading up to her death. She is survived by her family, by family members whose identity will be kept confidential. Now, I find it strange that they never did any type of missing persons on her, and I'm wondering if that's because I don't want to blame her family because it might not be their fault. They might have tried, and the police might have been like, well, she's an adult. She's a known prostitute. Okay. And they might not have done any type of missing reports for them because that happens, unfortunately. So let me go back for a second because where did I find those pictures? Latest news. Okay. Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay. So there's a few mug shots of her. So that's one of them. Hopefully you guys could see this. I really should have done this on my thing upstairs. Okay. So that's 1998. I assume she was arrested at some point in time. God, how sad. All right. And then what else we got? We got this one, which she looks really different in that one. Almost familiar, which is crazy. Now, what would be interesting to know is where she actually went missing from, because she was working out of state, which is huge. Okay, so thank you, Tiffany. There was no, yeah, exactly, Trisha G. So I'm wondering if she was picked up out of state, if she was picked up in the city. It's crazy. I don't know. And that could be a huge, huge, huge thing for these investigators. So here's another thing. Jeez. This was the last known photo or mugshot, I assume. I mean, it looks like a mugshot. So she looks kind of strange. 1998, right? This one's from 2000. Her hair is darker, much darker. And then this is the most recent one here. So she actually looks a little bit cleaner in this one. Her skin, that doesn't even look like the same person. Jesus, right? I guess. So strange. Now we don't know where these mugshots were taken from, and it's just crazy. All right, so let me see what else they got here.
In January,
I don't know if I can play this.
New tools and new strategies that we are utilizing to further the Gilgo Beach homicide.
All right, I'm not going to play this. If you guys want to check it out, I just don't know if I should. I guess I can, right? It's freedom of information, right? Yeah, she looks better than the other photos and the newer ones. Her skin tells a story for sure. What was she arrested for? Tracker 3, I'm assuming prostitution. They said that she was an escort. So just like all the other victims. Now what's really strange, and I want to see the first mugshot, 1998, was a New York State prison murder state booking photo. You're fine with playing that. Thanks, Ron. All right, let's listen to this because it's interesting.
Investigation.
Wait, I think I have to share it. Hold on. Could you guys hear it? It's not on right now, but not murder. Okay. All right. Let me reshare this so you guys could hear it, like not through my speakers, because I don't like the way that sounds. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna remove it for a second and I'll re-add it so you guys could hear it better. This Geraldine woman is making shit happen. Okay, there's been nothing to come out in this case in so long, and it's nice to see. She's a lot more connected with the public. I feel like she's utilizing the public, and that's really a good thing. Shit, I forgot to share audio. Hold on. Hello, it's my first day as a YouTuber. Let me go over here. And I got to remember to click share audio. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. Duty Ron says we could do it. That means we could do it. I'm going to go back here so we could start from the beginning.
In January, this department announced new tools and new strategies that we are utilizing to further the Gilgo Beach homicide investigation. As you may recall, during that announcement, we released photographs of previously undisclosed evidence found at one of the crime scenes. We also announced the launch of GilgoNews.com, a platform to better facilitate information sharing with the public.
Yeah.
And finally, we announced that we are leveraging new scientific technology to further this investigation. Our goal was and continues to be bringing justice to the victims and to their families. Working together with our federal partners, we have been utilizing a scientific technique called genetic genealogy to identify our 3 remaining unidentified victims and to produce new investigative leads. The partial remains of the victim known as Jane Doe number 6 were first found on November the 19th of 2000 by a group of hunters in a wooded area off Halsey Manor Road in Manorville. More than a decade later, in April of 2011, while searching for Shannon Gilbert, then...
That is really interesting. I had no idea that hunters were even allowed in this the woods over there. I don't know what they were hunting. I didn't even know people hunted on Long Island, so that's news to me right there.
Reported a missing person. Dismembered remains were discovered near Cedar Beach on the northern shoulder of the westbound section of Ocean Parkway.
Yep.
DNA analysis confirmed that those remains were a match to those of the woman found in Manorville in November of 2000.
Crazy.
Thanks to the work of our detectives and our partners with the FBI, today we are announcing that Jane Doe number 6 has been positively identified as Valerie Mack. Valerie Mack, who was 24 years old in 2000 when she went missing, was described as 5 feet tall and approximately 100 pounds, with brown hair and hazel eyes. She was working as an escort in Philadelphia at the time of her disappearance and also used the name Melissa Taylor. Family members last saw her in the spring or summer of 2000 in the area of Port Republic, New Jersey. She was never reported missing. It is our hope that our efforts bring some sense of closure and peace to Valerie's family.
I hope so.
With advances in DNA technology and through our partnership with the FBI's Long Island office, a genealogy profile was established, which provided Suffolk County Police homicide detectives investigative leads to pursue.
Wow.
This led homicide investigators and federal agents to areas of New Jersey where they believed Jane Doe number 6 had ties. Interviews were conducted with potential relatives who provided investigators with additional DNA samples, which were processed and analyzed, leading us to determine the deceased woman's identity. Valerie Mack's identification represents progress in this investigation, but there is much work left to do. As detectives continue to relentlessly pursue leads related to her murder, we ask members of the public, friends, family, and associates of Valerie Mack to provide whatever information they have about her and the circumstances which may have led to her death. This site is dedicated to sharing information with the public about these unsolved cases while also providing additional methods for the public to submit tips. We are asking the public to carefully consider whether they may have any information that could further this investigation. You can submit a tip anonymously on this website. You can also submit a tip by calling Crime Stoppers at 1-800-220-TIPS or by visiting them at p3tips.com. We are continuing our effort to identify the remains of 2 additional unidentified victims found in Suffolk. They, however, present additional challenges. The Suffolk County Police, the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, the FBI, and all of our law enforcement partners are working tirelessly to solve these cases. As demonstrated, new forensic technology, new investigative methods, and tips from the public are aiding us in our continued search for justice. Thank you for your time and for your consideration.
Okay, that was cool. Wow, they put a patch up. They can't even get grass.
In January, this department announced new tools.
Okay, so that was pretty interesting. I mean, same thing that I read for the most part, but hold on. I just want to jump back over to see something real quick. What else is on this? Oh, Manorville. Are these the pictures? Let me show you guys these. Not that they happen. Get out of here, Siri. Why are you popping up? Sorry about that. Yeah, let me stop that share for a second, and I have to just reopen the screen share. I mean, these aren't going to really show us much, but they're just photographs of the whole area. So you guys can see the difference of, you know, where she was found, parts of her remains. This is like heavy woods, this area. Really weird, really strange. Let me see what else they got here. Gilgo Beach. That are these areas are pretty far away from each other. This is the road, the side of the road, and I'm assuming this is where I think they found part of her remains, which, you know, was probably somewhere in here. And welcome to Long Island. You guys see all the garbage everywhere? Isn't it lovely? Yeah, that's what Long Island looks like. It's disgusting. People are horrible. So here's just another picture. How this person got through this area right here without tons of cuts. There's all like thorny bushes. You guys could see how like entangled it is. And this is in the winter. When these bodies were placed here, it was summer. You know, it was spring. So this is all filled with leaves and, you know, crazy. That this person, I don't know, got away with this for so long. Nobody noticed, right? That's why I assume this person might have a job where maybe they're a landscaper or something. So for them to show up, you know, somewhere with cuts and stuff all over their bodies, maybe it wasn't weird. This looks like maybe where they found her body. Look at this area, though. You guys see how thick the woods are in that area. So that's not the beach. That's the Manorville site. Let me see what this one looks like. And here's just another aerial view. This is right off the expressway, but you know, again, you guys see. So whoever this was very familiar with this area. You guys could see. I don't know what's going on down there. It looks like, I don't know if that's a trail. I'm not sure. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Now, this is what I find really interesting. Hold on a second. I really should have went on my other computer. Hunters go in deep brush. Always good to hear the police commissioner talk about the case. Yeah, Duty Ron, interesting. She's been listen, since she's taken over, because I know the last police commissioner, I forget his name, is now the district attorney, right? And I see him at my son's hockey rink. His son plays hockey too. I would love to have a conversation with him one day. Not that he's gonna tell me. Yeah, exactly, Duty Run. There's quad trials in there. Probably brought her there on a quad. Ooh, that's interesting. Like look at the picture. Is the picture still up? I'm sorry. This is so hard on my laptop. I really should have done this. Look at the car. You see how like that's almost, the car is like just barely fitting. I mean, at least it looks from here, you know. I'm sure there's a little more room, but that's a good theory, Duty Ron. Duty Ron, interesting you say that too, because the other guy that was caught that they were suspecting might have had ties to this Jessica Taylor. His name's John Bitteroff or something like that. I looked at his son's page when he first got arrested, and they're very into quads and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting that you just said that, because they thought that there was possible ties to him. So very, very interesting. Hey, German lady, how you doing, girl? So I want to show you guys this because I thought this is really interesting. I wish I could do a side by side. I don't know how I would be able to do that on here. So I'm just going to have to show you guys separately. But let me show you again her picture. Okay. Maybe I could like toggle back and forth. I have to open up the picture. So just give me a second here. Because I found this really interesting. I'm going to use this picture here of her. Okay. So her name is Valerie Mack, but she went by the name Melissa Taylor, right? And they're saying that there's no relation between her and this other girl, Jessica Taylor, right? So what's interesting, let me pop it back up. Hold on a second. I'm just going to take this off for a second. Oh my God. How many goddamn windows do I have open? I just think this is weird that the name, why would she use the name Taylor, right? As a name for, I don't know. I mean, I guess Taylor is a common kind of name. Let me just take this down for 2 seconds. All right. There was another girl, and her remains were found in that same area. Taylor. Gilgo. I believe her remains were found in Manorville as well. I just find this really, really interesting. Hold on, all right. Let me open this page up and I'm going to show you guys this because it's kind of crazy. So they're saying that there's no relation between these two girls, which is possible, right? All right. So this is Jessica Taylor. Now, her skull was found on Ocean Parkway, kind of like this girl, right? Her dismembered body was found in Manorville in 2003. So 3 years later, after the first girl, that the new one was found. Okay. Really take a look at these girls though. Oh shoot. Why didn't this open up in the same thing? Oh wait, hold on. I'm the worst YouTuber. Give me a second. Why do I have so many windows open? I have windows open from like streams that I did 10 days ago. Here it is. Okay. Right. So let's look at her picture. Now if we go back and forth, just take like note of her eyes and her mouth. Okay. And then we look at this girl right here. Like there's a type. They look very, very similar, these two women. And Gray, I couldn't open it either. And I was able to, I don't know. I'll send you the link. If I don't know, maybe. What kind of computer do you have, Gray? So this is interesting. These girls look very similar. The most I could do is toggle back and forth here. I don't know how I would show you guys side by side, but look at these two women and tell me that they don't kind of look similar to one another. I just find it really interesting. Like, look at her mouth area, okay? And then her mouth area. Similar. Very similar. It's just crazy how similar they look, even though they're not related. And it's also crazy that this Valerie girl used to use Taylor. So, you know, I'm wondering if these two maybe knew each other or had some type of maybe not relationship, or who knows, maybe she posed as the other girl. I don't know. It's just really strange. Not really, Grace says. I think they look very similar. I wouldn't go so much by hair color because, see, now in this picture, she looks nothing like her, but this picture, she kind of looks a little similar. But this guy definitely had a type, you know? So she went missing, okay, before her. I didn't realize that. Her body was found in Manorville with her heads and hand missing and a tattoo gouged off her lip. What? What does that mean? Gouged off her lip. I don't know what that means. Like cut off. She had a tattoo on her lip. That's strange. Interesting. So she was found in July 2003. I want to see when this other girl was. She was found in 2000, it said, right? By hunters. So the similarity is that they are prostitutes. Well, yeah, that too. But here's the thing. I personally, this is just me, my theory. I don't think that this was all one guy. I do think that there was two killers, maybe. Because this obviously this girl and this other girl. Oh, her hip. Oh my god, I can't read. You're right. Gouged off her hip, not her lip. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. This girl and the other girl are both, their bodies were dismembered, right? So, and they were separated. So some sick bastard drove around. Yeah, they didn't want her identified for sure. This is a sick person who dismembered bodies. Okay. The newer victims, right? They were not dismembered as far as we know. So I think that's really strange. Really, really strange. Think about that. We had a serial killer running around. We were graduating high school and I lived out east right down the road. Crazy. Yeah, Alexandra. Yeah. He clearly, targeted prostitutes, but a lot of serial killers target prostitutes, right? So now there's another. Whoa, what's going on with Duty Ron and Gray Hughes? What happened? There was clearly two different killers to me. I don't know. Dismembering has to be messy and inconvenient, right? Although sick. I don't know if killers do that, I guess, I don't know if it's part of the kill. You know what I'm saying? Part of the whole process, right? Or if it's part of just, the disposal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if it's part of their thrill. Obviously I know why they do it, to dispose of bodies, but it's just kind of interesting that in my opinion, I don't think that somebody would dismember and then decide not to. I don't know. It's just strange. But it is weird that the bodies are found in the same area. It's so hard to say whether there's one or two or more killers. Who knows? So, I don't know. Very strange. Very, very strange. What happened here? I'm confused. Hold on. I'm just going back through the chat. Yeah, this is Suffolk County, Long Island. Very sick. But a lot of killers, like I said, target prostitutes. So this isn't like a weird, that part of this I don't find so weird. There's a reason. A, they're easily accessible. B, they usually, unfortunately, have lives where people don't care that they go missing. According to the police, this other girl here, Valerie, I should put her picture up. She wasn't never reported missing, which is crazy. Her family could have just thought, I don't know, maybe she lost contact with them. When they say she wasn't reported, it would make you think that, she wasn't, like, her family didn't report her, but we don't know. We don't know if that's what happened or if the police just didn't want to file a missing persons case because she was 20 something years old. She was a known prostitute. She had been arrested before for it. So, they might have not filed a report. We still don't know that. And, we still have to find that out. So, another thing that's really strange is that the family is kind of remaining anonymous. So that makes me wonder, maybe they didn't report her. I don't know. Very strange. Very, very strange. Easy target, so unfair and no less valuable as a human being. I agree, Jem. You know, it is unfair because it's like, I don't think any girl that does this for a living like wants to do it, you know? I think it's more of just a survival thing. If they're, you know, we know that many of them are drug addicts and they can't afford, you know, their habit, and so this is an easy way for them to make money to keep their drug habits going. And a lot of these girls that that went missing and that were found, you know, they were known drug users. So it's not a choice that these women are making, like, yeah, when I grow up I want to be a prostitute or an escort. Welcome, Desi. So very, very interesting that they identified this girl, and hopefully they can find out if she was last seen in Jersey, but they said she was a prostitute where, in Philadelphia, and what was the other one there? I forgot, but it's interesting, very interesting. Tiffany takes you to Gilgo front page, but not the article. Yeah, Kim, if you go to the front page, hold on a second, I'll show you. If you go to the front page, just go to latest news and you hit this, the update, Manorville Jane Doe. There's other information about the case. They also show this part. I showed you guys this last time. This was, they really don't give you too much detail. This was apparently on a belt that they found. I don't, you know, they don't even say where. So I don't know. I have no idea. It's just kind of crazy. But yeah, it looks like it's painted on a belt. I don't know. And then again, you know, HM or WM, we don't know. But it could be the worker, you know, the killer's initials, assuming that it's his, you know. You have to click the picture where it says update. Yeah. So you have to go to the website, go to latest news, and update right there. And that's where everything is. So she was, oh, okay. Hunters discovered the decomposed remains of a body November 19th, 2000 at approximately 11 a.m. That is crazy. While in the wooded area off the then Lilco right of way on Haley Manor Road in Manorville. The body, which remains unidentified, appears to be that of a white female between 30 and 40 years old. They were actually wrong. She was in her 20s, right? She may have had brown hair and possibly a tattoo. You know what I want to see? I want to see if they have anything about, hold on a second. They had a drawing of one of the missing. I wonder if it looks similar to her. We should check that out. See how good the artist rendition is. Case info. That's all they have is the backstory. Are you kidding? Okay, yeah, here we go. They should have it. Huh. I guess they replaced it with her picture now. So this was the drawing. Let me see if I can find that. That would be interesting. Hey, Big Heck. Let me see that for a second. I want to check that out and see if we can find the drawing. I thought I saw it somewhere over here. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. I wonder if one of these was her, because neither of these drawings looks like her at all. So I don't know. Interesting. Oop, what happened there? Let me open this up. Hold on a second. 10 bodies, 9 years later, 0 arrests. This must be an old article. A very old article. Hold on. Oh God. I don't have, you mother effer. I don't want to subscribe. You can't like X out of this. Come on, Newsday. You suck. We used to get Newsday. That's like the local newspaper. Used to get it free, but not anymore with the cable subscription. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I'm not going to subscribe now, so forget that. All right. Well, there was a drawing. I don't know. Maybe I can find it somewhere else because sorry, Newsday. You could. Oh, wait. Hold on. That might have helped. Ugh. Forgot it. Gotta play games. I know the Long Island Press drew. Oh, wait. Let me see. So Jane Doe number 6. That's her. That does not look anything like the picture. Are they kidding me? Wow. Let me go down here. We'll show you guys. Oh, this actually shows where she was found on the beach. God damn it. What the hell just happened? Come on. All right. No, I don't want notifications. Thank you. Hold on. I don't know why it's not letting me scroll down here. These friggin' sites, they have so many goddamn pictures. It's ridiculous. Hello. Can we scroll? Thanks. It's like you can't even load them all. Let me just wait until this loads up. Okay, this is what I wanted to see, this picture. So let's see if we can make it bigger. Could you guys see this? I'm not even like looking to see if it's like showing up on StreamYards. That would make sense. So there she is, Jane Doe number 6. So she was found. Oh shit. Wait a second. Originally thought to be the daughter of Jane Doe number 6. She was later linked by DNA to unidentified female found 7 miles away in Nassau County, not on the map. Okay, interesting. So they originally thought, because I guess the proximity of where they were found, because if you look, number 6 right there, I hope you guys are seeing this. Let me just double check and make sure. Yeah, you guys could somewhat see it. It's probably small. Sorry, let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Oh no, it's only making the background bigger. That's great. Okay. Well, either way, so if you guys could see where my mouse thing's moving, number 6 and number 7, that was Jane Doe number 6. So that's the girl that they just identified, was found right next to the toddler. But it ended up, the toddler was found down here. So you can't see it because this only covers probably, I don't even think, a quarter mile, maybe a mile at the most from an aerial view. And so the toddler was found further this way to the left of your screen towards Nassau County. So the toddler was actually found. Was it found? Yeah, in Nassau County. So just think about that. Some sick bastard drove down this highway, okay, with a baby, the dead baby in the car. Oh my God. And a dead woman or parts of a dead woman. Okay. Dropped part of it off here and then continued down into the next county, which isn't, that far from where this is, and then dropped off the other part. It's just sick. And this is a great place to do something like this because at night, there's no cars on this road. It's very, very desolate, I guess you could say. There's nobody down here. There's houses, but not in this area right here. So there's no reason to be down here unless you're going to the beach, and you can't, Long Island, the beaches are not open at night. I remember I drove down there one time, and the cops turned us away as soon as we crossed the second bridge, which is, again, not in this picture, but because Fire Island kind of overlaps over in this area and where the bridges are. And so there's another beach down here, but Gilgo is on the bay. No, Atlantic Ocean. Right. But it's a little bit above. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I could show you guys on a map, but yeah, it's like the boondocks at night. Exactly. It's very, very, very dark and quiet. And it's really scary almost when you're driving there. I mean, there's lights on the road, I believe, in some areas. I don't know if the whole highway is lit. So I believe that the killer came on the bridge, which is, down here. Let me see if I can pull up a Google map to show you guys a little bit better. it's kind of hard to show where the bodies are in relation. I know Grace sent me, hold on, let me just get this off here for a second. Grace had a map with the pinpoints, but Gilgo, hold on. Crazy. I'll show you guys from a map view because I think it's a little bit easier to understand what I'm trying to say. So let's just add that back in. All right. So this is it. How do I get the, hold on. I'm sorry, I can't see the chat. I'm gonna put the satellite view on, and I'm gonna scroll over, close this stupid thing. Okay. So here's Gilgo. The bodies weren't even really found at Gilgo. They were found in this area over here, right? So just to the right of it. And then some were found further this way, right? Towards Nassau County. So when you come on, I showed you guys this the last time, but you know, you guys might not remember. This is the overlap that I'm talking about right here. So this is the main island, you know, up here. It's up there. And this is the Robert Moses Parkway. So you come, you know, you come down here, cross over the bridge, the first set of bridges, which is just a small bridge. And then you get on the Ocean Parkway. And this pretty much goes a good length from Suffolk to Nassau. And then, you know, this is Robert Moses. So like, this is where I go to the beach when I go. I'll go down here. There's an area over at the bottom here at the end, Democratic Point, I believe it's called. And that's where a lot of people could drive their truck on the beach. It's pretty cool. I used to do that. You go through this trail right here at the end of the highway. And then this is all the beaches that, you know, you go to. This is where normal people go. Now, the highway ends here on this one, right? So right between where it says Robert Moses Field 5 and the Fire Island Lighthouse. So you cannot drive anywhere else on this. And then it goes on, you know, Fire Island. So, and that you have to get to by ferry. You can't drive. There's no roads to drive. There's roads for emergency vehicles, but you know, you and I cannot drive here. There's a gate and you can't get through there. But anyway, the person, I think, obviously, since they dumped the bodies off on the north side of the highway, they had to come down this bridge, you know, driving west this way. And, you know, they stopped here, dumped the bodies off, and there's a turnaround right near Gilgo. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show you guys that. Hold on a second. It's kind of hard to see here. So they either went back, which makes me think that they live in Suffolk County, not Nassau, because they came across the Robert Moses Bridge most likely. Okay, so that's Cedar Beach. Where's Gilgo? Hold on a second. The bodies were in this area, right over here. And you see those lines in between the highway. I know it's probably hard to see. There's the 4x4. Okay, so that's where you can drive your truck on the beach over here. And you can actually see there's a couple of trucks parked there, I think, or something. I don't know if those are trucks or what, but yeah, probably. So this one is a turnabout if you're coming from the opposite direction, but I think there's one right. Hold on a second. There's one to turn around the other way. Where is it? It might be after the 4x4. Let me see. I thought there was one that went the other way. Interesting. Well, there has to be a way you could turn around. It's probably right there because that's where you would turn in to get over here. I'm not sure if you could. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I always thought it was somebody that goes to the 4x4 beach, right? Because no, it has to be after then so that you could turn around and go back to the beach. Hold on a second. Because I've been here a million times. I've actually gone on that beach, the drive part. I used to go there. Because you got a pass, you could only go to a couple of different beaches. There's a bridge that goes under the parking lot. But where's the turnaround if you want to go to the 4x4 part? I don't know where that is. I guess it's a little further down here, huh? Oh, there it is. Okay. So if you want to turn around, he could have done that. He could have dumped the bodies and then turned around right here and went back over the Robert Moses Bridge. Or he could have drove all the way the fuck down here. Way down here, which is Nassau County. And the only other way to get back, this is Zack's Bay, right? When you drive by this area in the summer, it is packed out because there's a concert hall right here. Pretty big place. It looks small on this map, obviously, but you know, the boats all park over here and you could hear the music blasting from this place. It's pretty cool. It's a cool place to go to concerts. I got kicked out of there once. Being rowdy. Carried my ex-boyfriend. He got like carried out of the place. Like they hog tied him almost. They didn't tie him, but they carried him out like as if they did. But anyway, that was back in my 20s. But yeah, that's where you could cross back over to the island, to the mainland, you know, either over here or over on the Meadowbrook. So it's pretty interesting. So they either did that, but I tend to think that they probably turned around and went back over the bridge right there. Hey, Nick. I see my truck. I know, Nick. I miss those days. Here's your truck's probably over here. I don't think it's summer when this picture is taken, though. Even though there's trucks, well, you could go on in the winter. I don't know, there's some boats in the water. It might be. I don't know. Interesting. This is a far journey if you take your boat all the way over here, because you have to go all the way down by the inlet, the bridge. It's crazy. I'm probably making people dizzy. But yeah, Mr. Positive. I was a little rowdy. I kicked the security guard in his hoo-ha. He was like beating my boyfriend. So I kicked him in the nuts. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was a little rowdy when I was younger. But yeah, guys and girls at GTG still at the office. Great live. Thanks, Duty Ron. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I mean, this is interesting though. It really is that they found this girl and they identified her. I'd love to know where she went missing from. I'm sure as time goes on, more details will come out and we'll find out. But here she is, Jane Doe number 6, Valerie Mack. So they say, was it this one was the last known picture? No, not this one. That was the earlier one. That was the last known picture. That don't even look like the same person. Jesus. I always just look at these women and you just look at them and you're like, where did these girls go wrong? Neek, she was from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area. I don't know. But she was last seen somewhere in Jersey. So who knows? I was Moxie. It was a Snoop Dogg concert. It was we were not sitting in our seats. We had like nosebleed seats. So we walked down and the security guards were just assholes, and it was a funny night. We got in like a physical fight with the fucking security guards. I was an asshole. I really was. That was the only time I ever got kicked out. Yeah, these are mugshots. So she's she was a prostitute, just like all the other girls. But this one was found half in Manorville out east and then half here not here, but by the beach. I don't live by the beach. I don't live that close. But pretty interesting shit. I mean, I know people don't agree. I think they look a little similar. So this guy definitely had a type. I'd be interested to know how back in 2000, you found prostitutes. I don't know, because things were a little different. I don't know if was Craigslist around in 2000. I guess it was, right? But there wasn't all those different sites. Who's a T-Rex, Nenny? Where is girl? You're right. Where are you seeing T-Rexes? Just kidding. Oh no, that's Snoop. He's not a T-Rex, Nenny. That's my dog. That's my Doberman. Yeah, prayers for her family. So it's sad. They're human. Yeah, Winky. It's sad. It's sad. These girls, you know, obviously got lost somewhere in life. Doesn't make them less human than us. And it's sad for their families. And especially, you know, they can't, the police don't take these people seriously. They're prostitutes, they're drug users. They're like, yeah, they ran away. You know, they're not filing missing persons reports. A lot of these women didn't get missing persons reports filed on them. And that's insane. And over 20 years with no answers. Could you imagine? I can never imagine a family member of mine that I love going missing and not knowing for 20 years what happened to them. I mean, I'm sure after a certain amount of time passes, you just assume that they died. But I can't imagine not knowing for 100% sure and just having that closure of knowing that the person is gone. So it's very sad. And again, none of these women chose to live this life. I mean, they did, but I don't think they chose it as in it was something that they wanted. You know, it's a thing done mostly out of desperation. Selena, no, I didn't see that yet, but I'll definitely check that out when I get off. I saw your email, but I was on the phone, so I couldn't watch it. So I have to go back. She was someone's daughter, right? They don't say it, Tiffany. I don't know. I have to like look through more news articles and stuff, but I thought this website, you're gonna get the most information about this. So you know, hopefully we'll get some more answers. This new police commissioner is kicking ass. I think she has probably done the most on the case, you know, since its inception in what 2011. You know, she's gotten a lot of stuff done, and I'm happy that she's utilizing the public, because I think in this case with so many people, I think that's a very necessary thing at this point in time. With this much time passed, you know, they have to start releasing more information. Shannon Gilbert's phone call, her 911 call, was ordered by a judge to be released, I believe, sometime last year. And the police fought it and fought it and fought it. So it's in appeals, and they still haven't released it. But I know the attorney that works for the family is probably still pounding this case. I mean, he's relentless, this guy, in a good way. You know, he's been probably working the hardest out of anybody to try to get some type of answers in this case, or at least in her case. So, and there was the movie on Netflix. I have not watched it yet. I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. How do you make a movie when you don't know the outcome of the case yet? I don't get it. So I haven't watched it yet. Maybe I'll try to check it out this weekend. But yeah, it's called Lost Girls, in case anybody's wondering. Laura, they made a movie. There was a book called Lost Girls. It was written by Robert Kolker, I believe his name is. And I read the book when it came out. It was a good book. It really gives you a lot of detail about the girls' lives and the families and stuff, and how they, you know, kind of got lost, right? The book's named Lost Girls, and how they ended up where they were. And it's interesting. It's just so hard to believe that this many people, right? What is it, 11 people? I forgot the exact number. Let me look at the screen here for a second. This many people go missing, right? And there's like, for this long, think about this. Some of these girls went missing in the late 90s, okay? Or there was body parts found. Where was that? On Fire Island, I believe that was 1996. One of these victims, I forget who it was. I thought it was Jessica Taylor, but I might be wrong. It might have been the other Jane Doe, and I don't see her listed here, which is very strange. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. They're missing somebody. Because these girls, Maureen, Megan, Melissa, and hold on, where's the fourth girl? Oh, Amber Lynn. Those four girls went missing in the later, 2010s, 2008, 2009, 2010, around that time. Shannon Gilbert was, I believe, the last one to go missing, but we still don't know if she's even affiliated. Okay. Because they say that she died of, natural causes. I don't know about that. The Asian man was found dressed in women's clothes. When did he go missing? I don't know too much about this guy either. Oh, they don't know. That's right, because he hasn't been identified. Approximately poor dental health. The timing of his death was believed. Yeah, I have a feeling. I don't know. That one does not fit. It's bizarre. But these two girls, I believe whoever killed these two are connected somehow, because where their remains were found. And then you got the toddler, and there's another Jane Doe, which I don't know why she's not listed on here. That's very strange. Because she was in, where was that? She's listed on here, right? The killer is also, it's suspected by some in 7 other cases. I don't know about the police, but people speculate. So there's Peaches, a woman with a heart-shaped peach tattoo on her left breast, found in 1997 in Hempstead Lake State Park. I don't think that's related to this, but it could be. Cherries, female with tattoo of cherries on her left breast, found in a beach in Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck isn't it like, I don't know where that is actually. Though Mamaroneck was upstate and like, I don't know. There's so many different names. Tanya Rush, a prostitute who was found in 2008 in a small suitcase off the Southern State Parkway in Belmore. I don't think that's related. 2 unidentified women. Natasha Gilgo from Queens, her body washed up onto Gilgo Beach, June 24th, 2013. That's a possibility, right? Shannon Gilbert. Okay, I'm not even gonna get into her. Unidentified female. A skull was found in Tobay Beach off the map and linked by DNA to an unidentified pair of legs found on Fire Island in 1996. So I don't know if that's related either. But I do think this baby, it might be. I don't know. So hard to say. So many people. It's crazy. Yeah, in Westchester, Capone. Mamaroneck. That's what I thought. It was up in Westchester. Mamaroneck. Because don't they have like the Mamaroneck Parkway? I have family that lives up that way, so I remember the name. I need my cigarettes. Where'd they go? So it's pretty interesting. The whole thing. Where's the mother of the toddler? She was a victim too. Yeah, Grace, she was found out by Nassau, which is really weird because I don't know if you were in here, but they said that Jane Doe number 6 was found right next to the toddler. So this girl that they just identified, and they originally thought that she was the mother, but it ended up that the DNA, if you look in this picture down here, I don't know how good you could see it. She was found further west, towards Nassau County, the mother. So somebody dropped the baby off over here, okay, and then drove past Gilgo Beach into Nassau County, where I showed you guys before on the map. Probably, it looks to me, did it say Tobay? No, that's Zach's Bay. Oh, sorry, I'm getting confused. There's so many goddamn names. The mother was found, whoops, the mother was found, you know, somewhere way past this area, Tobay Beach. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was the other something that washed up on the shirt. Never mind. I don't know exactly where the mother was found, but I know that Nassau County line is probably around here somewhere. So she was probably found somewhere down in this area here. So it's just crazy. Crazy. The beach looks so small. Damn. Our shores are washing away. It's really sad. Our beaches shrink. So we're the mother she was a victim to. Yeah. So pretty interesting though. Jane Doe number 6 is who they thought was the mother. Yeah, they thought originally, it says in this article, New York Post article, Jane Doe number 6, they did the drawing of her, which looks absolutely nothing like her. I should have prepared a little better for this and put some side by sides. But yeah, they originally found her. It says her torso was miles away in Manorville. Her head, hands, and right foot found on the beach. Ugh. So somebody must have possibly an animal or something probably ran off with her other foot. Oh God, that's disgusting. How the fuck do you drive around with body parts in your car? Like, oh God, I can't even look at meat at the deli counter without wanting to throw up. Like, I just don't understand what type of human could do this. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. They had matching jewelry. Yeah, Gray, they did. They had jewelry. That's something that should actually be on this website that I'm a little disappointed that the police don't have on this, because that's something that somebody might remember buying for somebody. And, you know, they really need to put, I personally feel, more information. I know that there was at one point in time pictures of it somewhere. I forget where I saw them, but I'm sure if you look online you could find it. There's pictures of the jewelry somewhere. But it could really help somebody, you know. Hope this guy is shaking in his booties right now, because he's gotten away with it for so long. I do know that they were trying to tie John Bitteroff to the Jessica Taylor case. And now I'm thinking also, you know, this one that was just identified. But they say that he has no ties to the other women that went missing. So there was some news that came out at one point in time that he was tied, I don't know, to one of the girls, but I don't know. I don't know how true that was, so I don't really talk about it on here because I don't want to give misinformation. You had shots today, Val? Uh-oh, girl. So you're saying the jewelry. No, Gray. I believe it was the jewelry for the mother. The mother was Jane Doe. Let me see what they call her. Sorry. Hold on a second. Unidentified female. They don't, for some reason, they don't have her name here. Found 7 miles away in Nassau County, not on the map. So the mother and the daughter, I believe, had jewelry on. Something was, I don't know if it was matching. I forgot. I really suggest, if you're like into this case, reading the Robert Cochler, I don't know how you say his name, book, because it's very detailed and it has a lot of information, and I believe there's some pictures in there as well. So the whole thing is that and it bothers me, any type of reports or anything done on this case, even documentaries that have been done, they all focus so much on the Shannon Gilbert aspect. And while, you know, these girls would not have been found if it wasn't for her, in a sense, you know, her going missing when she did. But at the same time, I'm not quite sure if her case is related. So they focus a lot on that. And it's kind of sad because it takes away from the other women. and their stories. There's some good interviews on here of Amber Lynn Costello, this girl down here in the left corner who was 27 years old. This, I believe, was out of all these women, she was the only one who actually lived on Long Island. She lived in West Babylon, which if we go to, I don't know if it was West Babylon or North Babylon, but it was Babylon. They're right next to each other, the towns. So if you go, Gilgo Beach is right there, and Babylon's right here. Okay, so she was in this area. I don't know if she was North Babylon, West Babylon, or just Babylon. I forgot. But I believe it was West. I don't know why. I feel like it was, but I could be wrong. Regardless, she was from the area. She didn't grow up here. She grew up down south, but she was up here living here. And so she had a roommate. His name was Dave. I want to say Schaller. I'm not 100% sure if that's his name, but he had some good interviews on I forget what series that was. They did a series on Bravo, I think it was, years ago. It was probably like one of the first ones that they did. I know there was a 48 Hours episode. Maybe it was from that. I don't remember. It was either from the 48 Hours or the Bravo show that they did, which I can't find anywhere. And that was a good one. And then they did that whole series on I forgot. I don't remember what channel it was, but they did a series with these two documentary, people that went around and they interviewed people, but it was a lot of like nonsense in that one. It got a lot into like the conspiracies. That's why the 48 Hours one and the other one were pretty good. But this Dave Schaller, he gave probably the most detail because the other girls, besides like one girl that got a phone call from the killer, which I believe was let me see. It was this one. Was it her or Melissa? No, I think it was Melissa Bartholomew. Her family got phone calls. I think. I'm pretty sure it was her family that got phone calls from the killer, which were traced back to Massapequa and Times Square. So Massapequa is right here. I believe whoever this person was, they worked in like construction or landscaping or something, because there's the what do you call it? Burlap. Okay, supposedly 4 girls were found in burlap, and they're a truck driver or something. They're in this, because the phone calls were in Massapequa and then in the city. And I'm assuming they were by themselves, when they made these phone calls. So, but the person seemed to have traveled around. I mean, Manorville, if it's all the same killer. So I would assume they did some type of maybe construction or something. I don't know. It's so hard to say. Yeah, Big Heck, it trips me out too. It's crazy. That's the one I remember with the guy and the girl reporters. They toured the sites, but it was early in their Moxie, that one with the girl and the guy, that was actually, that might have been like 5 years after the case. I don't know. I was, out. I forget. But you can find some good interviews, and then there's also interviews on YouTube with the the police. I don't know if it was either chief or commissioner. I think it was the commissioner, who was the commissioner at the time when the bodies were discovered and stuff. But he was kind of, I don't know. He was kind of an idiot, this guy. I just have to be honest. I don't know. He's the one I feel who kind of dropped the ball on this case, because, you guys all know if you follow true crime. Hey, Jules, it's better, like, the longer of time that passes, right, the harder it is to get information. So, I think they dropped the ball. I mean, it took years for them to even get the FBI involved with this case, which is insane. Absolutely insane. Cold case channel of some kind. Oh, you know what? There was another video made. What was it? Dark Minds? I think it was covered in an episode of Dark Minds as well. I gotta go back and watch that one because there was an interesting thing at the end. I remember some woman talking about this guy who was he a carpenter? I don't know. I have to go back and watch that one. Yeah, time is of the essence. I mean, obviously, unfortunately, the bodies by time they were discovered were so badly, decomposed and stuff that it took a while for them to even just identify the original 4 girls that were found. So it's just a wild case. It really is. Where is that picture with all the girls there? Just to show people. Oh, what is this? Oh, we saw that. See, like, why is there only one video? That's so stupid. They should put everything about this case that's been released to the public on this site. I was part of the web sleuth group, but not anymore. I don't go on there anymore. It got too convoluted. There was too many weird conspiracies and, it just got too crazy. Because there was, it was a lot of people suspect this ex-police chief Burke. I don't know. I think if that was the case, this would have been solved. The dude's in jail. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing from stopping the police to putting him back in jail. He's already in jail. So I believe justice will be served eventually. I mean, look at that guy in California, right? What was it? What was he? The Golden State Killer? Is that who it was? I don't remember. How many years later got caught through the genealogy site? They're rolling him into court in a freaking wheelchair. I mean, it kind of sucks because it's like this dude pretty much lived his whole life, and he's an old man now. And, what is he going to have? Another, 20 years in jail? Really? He got away with this shit for so long. Jem, yeah, me neither. I can't handle all the crazy conspiracies. That's why I just stopped. I don't know. The web sleuth goes a little too far for me. Little too far. And the people in there are very serious about what they think. And then if you offer something that's not part of their theories, they are complete assholes to you. So I like the ones where people have disappeared without a trace. She has a YouTube channel. Who is that, Nenny? I think something big has been missed, overlooked. I totally agree, Moxie. I feel like it's something so simple that was overlooked in this case, or something that we're just not being told. I mean, these 4 girls, right? Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, and Amberlynn Costello. And I guess you could put Shannon Gilbert in there too. They all advertised on Craigslist, right? They all walked out of their houses, minus Shannon Gilbert, without their bags, without their phones. Okay. So whoever this guy was, he built up a rapport with these women. This wasn't some guy who just, he wasn't some random client who just called these women up. Whatever he said, whatever it was, he got these women to come out, let their guards down. They came out without their regular precautions. And like I said, this guy, David Schaller, I believe his name is, who was living with this girl, Amberlynn Costello, he talks about that because, she left the house that night and she was offered a lot more money than she typically made. And really, he's the only one that has a story about when she left, because I don't believe any of these other women were really in contact with anybody else. It's weird, but I think he kind of, at one point in time, used to kind of overlook, or maybe went with her kind of like a bodyguard. So he kind of, or at least knew where she was. So he said she left the house that night, nothing that she normally took with her. Like there was something unusual about this call. And I believe the guy called quite a few times. So watch the Netflix. You watched it, Neek? I didn't watch it. I gotta watch it. But so they got these women to drop their guards somehow. I don't know if it was the money or, you know, him building up some type of relationship with these women prior to killing them. It's just really weird because these girls, like, they don't look all that much alike. To me, there's not really many similarities to these, except for maybe that they were smaller women. I don't know why they show this picture of this girl, Megan Waterman, because that was like her high school picture, I believe. So I don't know. They probably should put a more recent picture to what she looked like at the time when she went missing. This girl missing from the Bronx. It's just crazy. What they show the I don't know crime scene photos, but we don't really see much. So this girl probably out of all of them looks the most normal. Like it's just crazy. Last seen in Manhattan, 2007, discovered on 12/13. They don't even write anything in here about how her family was contacted. I mean, this website probably isn't the best for information. It's just crazy. So sad. Jane Doe. And this girl, this whole thing is just sad. The whole story. I hope these families get some type of answers. Connects the dots. Weird how the doctor was running a group home. He wasn't though, Neek. He lied. I don't know. That whole thing with that story about Shannon Gilbert is it's bizarre to say the least. Her mom was murdered too, so it's just crazy. By her sister, who is schizophrenic. So there's really only one person left that's fighting for her other sister. I believe she had two sisters. One of them is obviously in jail. The other one is normal, and she's the only one left fighting for this. Gilbert refused. They need to release her 911 call, though. I really believe that. The public needs to hear that. They need to hear it. She was on the phone for 20 minutes. They found burlap material in a shed. I didn't hear that. I wouldn't go by the movie. I don't know what they added in there. I don't know how accurate that is, the movie, because I read the book that the movie is based on, and I don't remember reading that at all about the burlap material in the shed. That's weird. So that's why I don't know, with the movie I'm a little iffy about it. Yeah, I want to hear the 911 call too, Gray. I really do. They did the Dateline interview together before that murder. What's that, Capone? It's totally bizarre. That doctor was weird. I think he was just a busybody, though. I really do. I think he was just a nosy busybody, because where she was found, that guy with his fake leg, he had one of those prosthetic legs. I don't think he would have been able to chase her too far. She was found pretty far away from where let me see if I can find that on the map, actually. Oak Beach. She was found pretty far away from where the what do you call it, where she originally was. So the house, that's what I was looking to say. Oak Beach is, I went there actually. So here's the little area, right, where the houses are on Oak Beach. So let me zoom in a little bit here. I'm not sure. I believe they lived on this side. I'm pretty sure. It was over here. Because I actually drove into here last year, I think it was, or maybe the year before, and you can't get in. There's like a little dock here. You know, anybody could pull in this parking lot, but this is gated. You can't, you know, you have to, there's a guy, I think there's a booth there. So you really can't just drive in there. So the houses, I believe, now I forget exactly where it was, but they were in here some way. Okay. So she ran and she was found way out here somewhere in this marshy area. It doesn't look marshy, I guess, on here, but you could kind of see, you know, it might have just been dry at this time of year. But I mean, the house was not, I don't think it was that deep in. I forget what the house was. Let me see if I can find that actually. For some reason, the fairway sounds familiar. So I think it might have been around here somewhere. The house. Hold on. Let me see. How did this affect the Long Island? Out of court, a lot of people were speculating, and I feel like, you know, it's scary. It's scary to know that there's a serial killer on the loose, you know. But you know, it's New York. We have a lot of crazy shit that happens here. I mean, this is probably one of the more crazy stories that have come out. Besides, you know, who was that other serial killer from Long Island? Why can't I remember his name right now? There was another guy who was from Long Island. This is like the first time that I know of in my life where like bodies were found on Long Island to this magnitude. But I mean, people were freaked out, but not that freaked out because he clearly had a type. You know, he was going after prostitutes. Joel Rifkin. There you go. Let me see if I can find this guy's house. Hold on. Shannon Gilbert. I wonder if I can find the address. Shannon Gilbert. I forget the guy's name. Holy shit. Joe Brewer. Joseph Brewer house. There we go. House address. Let me see. I think they gave his address in the Joseph Brewer. Hold on. Damn, this is an old article. Brewer, who lives next door to a home owned by, who's that? Oh, somebody, I guess, that worked for or was friends with Rudy Giuliani. That's interesting. House address. These are like $1 million homes. They don't look that nice when you see them, but they're beautiful homes. I mean, you know, these houses are big money here. This isn't for poor people, it's for sure. 8 Fairway. Yeah, I knew it was something Fairway. I knew that. I remembered the word Fairway for some reason. So yeah, so his house was one of these houses up here. I feel like it's this one for some reason. I can't see. I wonder if I can. Let me see. Nope. What is that? Ah. Okay, why is that coming up? Hold on a second. My bad. This is so hard to do without my mouse. Come on, little man. Fly. I can't stretch all the way over. Hold on. Let me move the map. I don't know if they would show you the street view because it's like a private area. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Okay, forget that. Well, regardless, I believe it was this house. I could be wrong though. I don't know if his house was on the water. Let me look. Hold on. No. It's a little house. It's like a little shit house. Listed for, oh wow. According to real estate records, the 2-story wood paneled house was listed for $400,000. Wow, that's shocking for that area. It's a tiny house. It wasn't one of the bigger houses, and I just feel like it was this one for some reason, but I could be wrong. But she ran all the way. You know, I don't know how she ended up like way out here, you know, from there. I guess if I had a guess, there's not much light. Okay. I don't know if the parkway is lit up. And the only lights she probably saw were that of the bridge. And she probably didn't even know, even if she were to run to the bridge, she probably didn't even know which one she came over because she wasn't from around here. So I'm sure it was scary for her running. I don't know how or why she would end up over here. Now, the doctor, Hackett, his yard was somewhere in this marshy area. I remember that. I don't know exactly which street he lived on. It could have been all the way down here. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find that out. Peter Hackett. That's like a horrible name, right? Hackett. Hey, Sean the Brit. Yeah, she was from Pennsylvania. The girl that was just identified. Yeah, it's pretty far. So she was not found where the rest of the girls were found. Thanks, Sean. I mean, I got my dragons sometimes, but this is a case that I've been following since the since it happened pretty much. So I'm very interested in it, and any kind of new news, I'm definitely gonna talk about it. Hold on, let me see if we can find Peter Hackett. I wonder if he still lives there. Oak Beach address. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. He was on 47 Low Broad Court. So it's one of these houses on this little street right here. I believe it was small, so I don't know if it was that one. That one looks kind of big. There's another kind of tiny house. I don't think he owns it anymore. Oh, shit. I didn't even realize this. We could click on these. So let me see. Hold on. 47. So that's 49. 47. Okay, so that was Hackett's house right there. Now, she didn't go to his house. That's the thing. She did, however, go to Gus Coletti's house. Let me see if I can find his house. He died, Gus Coletti. He was an old man. She knocked on his door. It was like 5 a.m. or some crazy time. Old people get up that. They get up that early in the morning. He was waking up and she knocked on the door. He told her to come in so he could call the police, and she took off for some reason. Nobody knows why. Very, very weird. He died in 2015. Let me see if I can find his address. They don't have an address for him. Let me see. I'm just curious to know where she ran from. Growing body count. What the hell, man? Gus Coletti. Interesting. Oak Beach residents say property values decreasing after bodies found. Well, I mean, what do you expect? I don't see his address for some reason. That's interesting. Let me see something. So crazy. This whole story is just insane. I'm sure there's other stories out there like it, but this is just on another level. Oak Beach. Let me see if I can find this guy's address. Is Gus short for anything? Gustav? Here we go. Oak Beach. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. His address says 4409 Oak Beach Association. So that doesn't help because that's not really an address. I don't know where he was. I know there's probably an article somewhere that says where he lived. I don't think he was too far from Brewer's house. Let me see. Is this... How come this one doesn't say the name? That's interesting. The address. I don't know. That's weird. It said it on the other one. 12. I believe it was this one, but for some reason, when you click on this one, it doesn't give you an address. It's very strange. 17. I think what did I say? His house was 8, the fairway. So he must have been, yeah, that's Joseph Brewer's house. So that's the house she was at right there. I thought it was this one. It was this one. Interesting. Gus is short for Constantine to the Greeks. I don't know why his let me see if this one has an address. No, it just says Oak Beach. That's so bizarre. Let me see this. 4409 Oak Beach Association. So you got his, and then you got the Dr. Peter Hackett. His house was this one, I believe. Yeah. Or this one. I don't know. It was one of these two, right? I don't think she went to his house though. Trying to think of where Gus Coletti was, because I know he might have been down here. I don't know. And I can't find his goddamn. Oh, 17 the fairway. Okay. So he was right here. So she just basically went from that one. She was there. I never actually looked at this on a map. This is interesting. So she went from this house, Joseph Brewer's house, right? All the way down to Coletti's house right here. Doesn't show you a picture because, again, I don't think you could, I don't think Google is allowed in here. These are private homes. Yeah, it won't let me go down there. And then the doctor who lived all the way down here for some reason got himself involved. Not sure why that is. But yeah, so this was Gus Coletti's house. That's like, what is going on in the yard there? Well, he's gone. I don't think he owns it. It looks like at this point in time, somebody's doing some major renovations on this house. Oh, that must be their property. Hey, bud. I'm on here. Shh. On YouTube. No. I'll be in a minute.
Everybody can see?
No, they can't see you.
That's our house?
No, it's not our house. Hold on. Sorry. So, do we know how she was killed? No, they don't know. I don't know. You know, they say that she was killed. I mean, this was in, I believe, May when she went missing. So the water was still kind of cold. Somehow she ended up, way the F over here. Okay. Somewhere in this area. This is where her body was found, I believe. So, because there's no marsh on the other side. Yeah, it had to be over here, right when you get on the Ocean Parkway. She was probably trying to run back this way. But here's the crazy thing, right? Let's just say she even was able to get back over here, which she didn't. She died somewhere in this marsh, and that's where they found her. And she was in a little bit of water. And then, so even if you were able to get to the bridge, right here, you have such a long way until you hit civilization. So you have to go all the way over here. Oh, sorry, that's not the first bridge. This is the first bridge. Okay. Cross this long ass bridge. That's interesting. I never knew it was called the Great South Bay Bridge. Oh. Yeah. You see how long this bridge is? I don't know if you guys can really see this picture all that well, but here you go. This is the bridge right here. It's just a picture, but how do I get back to that? Oh, I got to close this. So, I mean, it's a long, long bridge. Okay. And then she would have to get off the bridge. Right. And this is nothing. There's nothing until you get all the way up here. And then you would go to a gas station, I guess. But there's no stores. There's nothing on this little island over here. There's nothing. There's no gas stations. There's no stores. There's nothing down here. So it's the worst place to go missing, basically. It's not, it's not the most ideal place to be in a situation like she was, because there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here for her to even go to, especially at that time of the year when she went missing. I believe it was in May when she went missing, which it's still cold here in May. It could be. So the water's freezing, and that's where she was found, in that little marshy area where it's still kind of cold. So I don't know. She could have just died. Hypothermia. I don't know. They did they had a independent examination done, right? Or autopsy. And they said that the hyoid bone was broken, but that I don't know if that could have been to strangulation, which seemed to be this person's method. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. She went missing November. She was who is that, Jenna Moon? Oh my god, it was so hot in there. Yeah, there was Kim. The leather belt was found. I'll show you. It's on this site. Hold on. That was basically the only thing that they showed. It was a piece of a leather belt, I believe, and it was. I don't even know what this is. They really don't explain it too good, but it looks like it was maybe a marker, a paint marker, possibly drawn on the inside of the belt. To me, it looks like one of those brown construction type belts. I'm not really sure though what it is. So yeah, either HM or WH. Weird. Very weird. So I mean, that's a weird belt. Like, I don't know if this is shown under a microscope. Like, they could have gave us some measurements maybe of this. These letters, for all we know, could be like a friggin' quarter-inch big, and they zoomed into it. It's like, because like, what kind of belt is this? It's strange. It's bizarre. The picture is really bad. Like, what? I don't know. What's all this speckle stuff? There's like lines, and it's just strange. To me, it personally, as it looks like it's zoomed in. So I don't think these letters were that big at all. I think they're probably, regular handwriting size, that were probably just initialed. But you have to think to yourself, well, why would somebody put an initial on a belt, right? You're not going to put an initial on your own belt. So yeah, they probably took the pictures at the scene. But you're not gonna put initials on your, regular belt that you're wearing out to, I don't know, with your jeans and shit. I feel like it has to be a construction belt, because that's the only reason I could see somebody putting initials on a belt. Because if you take your tool belt off at the job site, it could very easily get mixed up with somebody else's. So you would put your initials on it, right? If they were, let's just say, company issued belts that everybody had the same one. So could this person have worked for maybe, like, I don't know, the telephone company or some shit, a company like that? Because even, like, I don't know, my husband's union, they don't really give out uniforms or anything like that for their, workers. Like, you have to buy your own shit. Well, yeah, if you're a serial killer, you might, right? I guess. Or like, like my husband is a stevedore, right? So he works. They have a shanty, they call it. They have like a little trailer kind of thing where they get changed or whatever, you know. So the person could have possibly had something like that where they put their initials on their belt, you know, just so nobody stole it. I don't know, but I can't see any other reason to write your fucking initials on your belt and then leave it at the crime scene, nevertheless. And they didn't even tell if this was a piece of a belt or the whole entire belt. They don't really say. They never really, they might have. I might not remember, but it's just weird. I just personally have a feeling that this is zoomed in on a great deal. Because this fiber, it's weird. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. If you zoomed out, it probably doesn't look this speckly. It looks like it's very zoomed in. And Kristen, they never said if it was inside, outside. So, you know, who knows? I don't know. It's hard to say. Very hard to say. But interesting. To me, it looks very zoomed in. So I'm going to assume that the letters were small. You know, maybe like smaller than a quarter inch. They said it might be an old belt from Germany. Where'd you hear that? I didn't hear that. That's interesting. Well, the leather could, I guess, right, could have came from Germany, but somebody drew this, obviously. I don't think this was, to me, it looks like a paint marker, you know? And they show it both ways. So if we go back, let me show you. That's the HM. And then if you go back, you got the WH. I feel like the first one. I don't know. I feel like it's the H and the M. Because of where the line is in the H. You see how low down it is with the WH? It looks weird to me. I definitely feel like it's this way. This is the right way. It just looks, I don't know. It just looks more right to me. But like it's like one of those things, the more you stare at it, the more you're like, I don't know which way it's supposed to be. But to me, it just looks right this way. But I could be completely wrong. Somebody in my live, when I originally did a live about this, they were talking about the Pisces symbol, and then I don't know the M. I forgot. What is that? Scorpio, is it? I don't even know. I like you protect your tools. My hubby always puts initials on everything. Yeah, see, Val, like I feel like you would, you know, like you write your name on your hard hat, right? And all that kind of stuff. They said it might be an old belt from Germany. I didn't hear that. Where did you see that in the news? I don't remember that. You could see all the fibers. Yeah, that's why I think it's small. I mean, I don't even think this is leather. I've never seen leather that looks like this, but it could very well be. I don't know. To me, it looks like some type of composite like material. It almost looks like wood. It's weird. Very strange. I think HM. Yeah, that's what I think too, Val. I think it's the HM. It just looks weird the other way because of the line and the H. Like, it looks too low this way. Like, it looks bizarre. I don't know. But it could be. Who knows? That doesn't really help us much, though. Initials, I mean, H. It could be what? Henry, Harry, Hector. I don't know. How many other H names are there? Who knows? The H looks weird to me, but who knows? Yeah. I agree. I think it's HM. She was never reported missing. The Jane Doe you were talking about, she was dismembered. Part of her was found in November. Yep. Yeah, Jenna. That's so yeah, part was found in way back in November in the woods out in Manorville, which if you guys I'll zoom out here just so you guys can get a little perspective of how far away this is. All right. So Gilgo, oh crap. I lost. Oh, all right, it'll stay there. That little marking there. Okay. Manorville is so Gilgo is that red dot there. Manorville is way out here. Right there. Okay. And then she was found right off. I don't know if she was, but I'm assuming they might have been found. They don't say exactly where. Did they say Hazley Manor Road? No, that was the other girl. So she was found basically in Manorville right off the LIE, I believe, you know, somewhere around here. This might be it, actually. Hazley Manor Road. Let me see. I zoom in a little bit more. Sorry. Nope, that's Eastport Manor Road. I don't know where Hazley Road is. I don't venture out this part of the island too much, so. I don't see it. But somewhere, well, it had to be out here in the, right? This is all, you see, just trees. We call it the Pine Barrens, but I don't know. They call it the Woods in Manorville. There's all different names, but I always known it as the Pine Barrens. That's what we call it. It says it here too, Pine Barrens Preserve. So, I mean, it's hard to say, but so you could see the distance though. Somebody had to drive. I would say taking the LIE there, I don't know, a good 20, more than that to get to the beach. Probably like a half hour, 40 minutes, you know, somewhere around there from there. I don't know why it disappears, but Manorville's where my mouse thing is. And then you could see the red dot for Gilgo Beach. So it's pretty far stretch where the body parts were found. It's crazy. I have the exact spot. Gray, you sent them to me. I have them in my in my email. Oh, and then you sent them again. Yeah, they were found pretty far apart, so it's pretty interesting. A bunch of us can't see Gray. What's going on? YouTube is glitching. I don't know what's going on. I keep going into posts and I can't see comments. It's just, I don't know what's going on. It's strange, to say the least. Kim, I just read an article that 911 call. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Really? Oh, you have the spot where she was found. All right. Let me see. Hold on a second. Definitely not into showing my emails again here. So let me just stop that screen share for a second. Excuse me. Let me open Gray's email. That's pretty interesting. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Gray Hughes to the rescue. Come on, open. No, I don't want to move the conversation. Why would I do such a thing? Jane Doe number 6. Oh, great. Thank you, Gray. Hold on. Let me open this in a different setting. Interesting. How'd you get the exact spot, Gray? Oh, you did this a while ago. That's right. Okay. Let me open this in the thing and I'll show you guys. I just didn't want to dox my email again. Dox people. Not really into that. Contrary to what some people say. So Gray was kind enough to give me this. So let's take a look at it. Share screen. Who's black, Catherine? I see you, girl. So this is in the... Hey, Gray, do you have... Let me zoom in a little bit here. Interesting. Do you have where the other girl, Jessica Taylor, was found in Manorville? Because this is... I wonder if it was around the same spot, but you could kind of see. So this is in the woods out in Manorville. Yeah, Catherine, I see you. YouTube's just crazy. I don't know what's going on. It's so weird. They need to fix it, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, it's doing weird shit for sure. Yeah, I would be curious to see. I know she was found right off of Hazley Manor Road. The other girl, Jessica Taylor. I just don't know exactly where. So that was one. And then the other one, I think, just shows the same area, kind of just further zoomed out. Interesting. Oh, there's Hazley Manor Road. And I know it was near the LIE. So it looks like, I wonder if it was the same area. This has to be the same person. And they did the same exact thing. They're regimented. So she was found in 2000. You used the 2001 satellite image. Oh, you could do that, Gray? Damn. Gray's a lot more. Gray, so these girls were found in the same area. Because if Hazley Manor Road is right here, I remember Jessica Taylor was found right off this area here. Wow. That is wild. So these two girls, is this a zoomed out one, Gray? Compare that to the image of the crime scene they released. Okay. Look at Gray Hughes telling me how to be a YouTube, hold on. It's kind of hard to see. Let me zoom out. All right. There's the wires, right? Let me go back to Gray's image there. I just saw the wires in the more zoomed in one. Okay. So we're looking at, I'm never going to be able to figure out. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this one. Okay. We're looking at this crossroad. That's where they are. Let me see that other one if I still have it opened. Zoom out a little bit. I guess it was in here. So we're looking at, let me look at Gray's image again. The wires. So they were just in kind of right there, which is weird. Wait a second. The wires are in the background in that picture, right? Yeah, there you go. Looks like, I don't know. It looks like the crime scene's right here. Do you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see it as well as I can. Let me see if I can zoom in more. No, I don't want to move it. It looks like there's something going on right here. This white in the trees, right? And then Gray's picture is pretty accurate because he's kind of right there, right? There's that road. The two cop cars would be right here. And it looks like right where Gray has that pin is where I'm seeing that white area. You see? Right there. Or maybe it wasn't. Hold on a second. Let me zoom back out on this. Oh, Gray, actually, kind of hard to tell, but that looks like the first trail. So let me go back to your thing for a second. So she was actually a little bit above that trail where your pin is, it looks like. Probably right around here, I would say. If I could zoom in a little bit more into this image, because it kind of looks like the trucks are parked. Hold on. Before that road, that other trail, right? They're parked right in the middle between that trail and this kind of main road up here. Let me see if I can pan down a little bit. You see, there's the main road, and they're parked right kind of in the middle. So her body was found probably right around here somewhere. Because to me, in this crime scene pic, it looks like there's two people. I can't tell though. Kind of hard to tell. I don't know if people would appear that big, but there's something white right there. Oop. I just unzoomed it. Hello. There's something going on right there. I don't know if it's a tent or what. It's kind of hard to see, but it looks like that's where they are because there's nothing down here on that road in this picture. Let me see the other picture. No, this picture is taken from the other direction, which would put those other cars right around here somewhere, but you can't see them for some reason in this picture. That's interesting. Maybe they're just covered by the trees. I don't know. Back then, there were little roads, right? And you could see the second one. There were whole fire trails for some reason. Interesting. No, I can see the truck even parked on the road where I have the pin. Okay. Use the other image they gave. It makes it obvious. Which one, Gray? This one where you could see the trucks parked? Sorry, I can't see my chat and then look at this at the same time because I'm on my 13-inch laptop over here, so it's kind of hard to see. I guess there might be another road right there. It's so hard to tell from this angle, but still interesting. Still interesting. Yeah, that's right. Make sure you have live chat turned on. They're all over Long Island in the woods. What's that? Fire trails. Okay. I'm just confused. Jenna, I think because they didn't have, she was never reported missing, right? So there was nothing to compare the you know what I'm saying? There was nothing to compare her DNA with. I don't know, I thought they found it on a genealogy site. Something, but the way if you go back to the beginning, Jenna, after I end this and go back to where I played the police commissioner, she talks a little bit about how they identified her, and it sounded to me like they might have found her on a genealogy site. She didn't say that, but she's like they got some type of information, right, that led them to family members of hers. So I'm assuming it's probably on a genealogy site. It might have matched. And then they took DNA from the family members, and that's how they matched her, I guess, to confirm it. So I'm assuming that's why there was nothing to compare her DNA to, right? If you think about it, DNA is still a relatively new thing that they use. So what are we, like 20 something years into it, using it as evidence in investigations? So back then in 2001, you have to think that was only a few years into DNA technology being used in this way. So I have not watched the Gilgo Beach Killer movie. Yeah, Catherine, I might have to watch it tonight too. I just heard on the news child abuse is being hidden during pandemic. It's sad. Yeah, that's terrible. Hidden. Right. Well, because the kids aren't going to school. Prostitutes will sometimes give their DNA to authorities because they know they are at risk. Probably not a bad idea, Gray, especially nowadays, She was never, she was. So Jenna, then there's two other people, right? There's an Asian guy, still hasn't been identified. Well, three other people, if you want to look at it like that, because then there's a toddler who still hasn't been identified, and a mother. Now that's the weirdest to me, because a baby going missing, you would think that this mother at some point in time would have had to have somebody who watched this kid, right? I mean, I have heard of mothers, unfortunately, bringing their children along when they're escorting. So is it possible? Yeah, but a toddler? Ugh. I've heard of older kids having to sit out in hallways and stuff, but I've never heard of somebody bringing a toddler. So, like, I could see these women not getting, I'm almost done. Yeah. Shh. I could see these children, I mean, not children, the women. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. I could see the women not getting identified because they're older and they're, their lifestyle. But for a kid to go missing and nobody reports it, that's crazy. A toddler. There's no grandparent or neighbor or anything like that. It's just strange. It's just strange. It's strange for a kid to go missing and nobody says anything. And he hasn't been, this kid hasn't been identified. Nobody knows where it's, how long they've been missing either. So it's kind of a weird aspect of this that the child hasn't been identified. And then there was an Asian man dressed in women's clothes and he also hasn't been identified. And assuming, they said he had bad dental issues. So I don't know, maybe, he hadn't been to the dentist, so they can't really use dental records. I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange that they can't identify some of these people. But hopefully, with this genealogy thing is great. It really is for this, for identifying people. So hopefully they can use the same method for the other two victims that haven't been, or three rather, the mom, the daughter, and the, all right, go ahead. And the other, whatever, the man that hasn't been identified. I don't know if the man's a victim. I don't know of the, of the same person. It's just crazy. And again, thank you, Kim. If I didn't say it, I always forget if I say thank you or not. But very interesting. So I'm gonna end this. My son's getting restless here. The natives are getting restless. They probably want dinner because it's 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna close this one out. Let me just put her picture back up here. In case anybody anywhere sees this, you have information. Please, let me copy the website and put it in the chat. I'm going to go to the homepage. Anybody recognizes this girl, has interest in this case, please contact the Suffolk County Police and give them information. There you go. That's the website right there. I just shared it in the chat. So hope you guys all have a good night. And I'll be back, eventually. I don't know if Tiffany might be going live later. If she does, I'll see you guys there. I'm not 100% sure if she is. Is she in the chat still? I don't know. Excuse me. No problem, big heck. So yeah, hope you guys all have a good night. And again, if anybody knows this woman or knew her, and knows anything, contact the Suffolk Police. So sad. But we're getting closer to having answers in this case. So, all right. I will see you guys next time.